Leak.
This used to be a nut.
Leak. Tank. 5-speed. Hole. Broke. Dodge Ram key.
Alright, today we're going to be getting some used parts for the old Jeep. So, let's see what we can get cheap and get gathered up. So I ended up getting 4 leafs, S10 4 leafs. They have different kind of S10 packs. The newer ones had 3 leaves and the older ones had 4. I always choose the 4 leaves over the 3. What I mean by that, there's 4 leaves in a pack. So I got a set of those today at the junkyard for $100. Seem to be in pretty good condition. I got front coil springs, pretty much used. You can get them around $40. These are for 3-inch lift, and I bought the pucks brand new around $32 off eBay. So there's no use in buying used pucks because people want like $25 for them anyway. So you might as well go ahead and buy them new and get the ones that you want. So we already have our lift components so far. Only thing we got to look for now is lower control arms, and I'm going to be experimenting a little bit with a stock track bar. I'm going to try to take the stock track bar and cut it off at the end, drill it out, put an insert in, weld it, and try to make my own adjustable track bar. Because right now it's got the hole drilled over, so many inches. So I'm going to experiment with that. So there's going to be a lot of custom stuff for this Jeep that I'm going to be making probably and trying it out, just because it's cheaper for me because I have a welder and stuff. So there will be content on that if you're interested in that. So I'm going to quit recording and driving, and I'll get back to you and add up the stuff that we bought and see how much we have left to spend. Alright, now that we're back in a quiet and non-shaky environment, you can pick up used 3-inch coil springs around $40, just depending. All these prices are depending where you're at, where you're from, and where you're going. But you can pick up 3-inch used coil springs for around $40 if you look hard enough. And like I said on my way here, you can buy the pucks used for $20. Why not just go ahead and buy brand new ones around $32 to $35? Just depends what brand and who you go with. And the leaf springs, I got 4 leaves in 1 pack. They come in the older S10s, which I like those leaves better. For $100, 2 of them for $100, so $50 a piece. I said my budget for this Jeep build was $1,500. So we spent $100. We spent $100 on the leaf springs, $40 on the coil springs, $35 for the pucks. That leaves us with $1,325. Now, I still got to buy tires with that, so that's going to cut that in half. I'm looking to spend somewhere around $670 something on tires. That's what I estimated it at because I was looking at tires. So I don't know for sure, but that does leave us some money to play with. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some custom things and playing around with this Jeep. And this build is for people that's wanting to get their Jeep off the ground and looking nice on a budget. A lot of people are like, well, you know, you're lifting this Jeep cheap, but how are you going to buy your bumpers and stuff? Whatever you do after the $1,500 mark, that is up to you. You can continue saving money. This was just a video to show you guys, you know, this is like a little mini series just to show you guys, you know, hey, you can lift your Jeep cheap and go mild wheeling with it, like, and look good. So, and it not only look good, but it will perform. And I'm also doing a test, buying cheap stuff and doing it this way, as cheap as possible. Is it worth it in the long run? So, you know, there's a lot of things we can factor in, you know, on this little mini series. If you guys want to see that kind of stuff, bumpers and stuff, my last build was a low center of gravity budget build. A lot of people was like, well, you're just repeating the same process just with a different Jeep and it's cheaper. No. The reason why I built the last Jeep and I had a budget of $4,000 and I did add the Jeep into that budget is because a lot of people think you need a $80,000 Wrangler, you know, fully loaded with lockers, or you need to build this rig with thousands of dollars, lose your home for this rig and go out and have fun. And I showed you guys you can get a dirt bound off-road bumper, weld it up for a couple $100. You can get a locker for $200 and you know, cheap stuff like that. And $4 grand for a basic trail ride or a trail rig that will go pretty much anywhere anybody else will. That's not bad. Now, if you're comparing my Jeep to rock crawling Jeeps, that is not even a matching category. That's just overrated, because you guys are like, well, you know, you're going with, you know, vehicles with 40s and stuff, you're never going to make it, because people usually have 40s, you know, are to the extreme. But I have went with people with 37s and 35s, so I have little 31s. Just pick your routes, you'll figure it out. You'll learn how to wheel off-road, and we all make mistakes, even me. Even when I hit that creek crossing hard as I could, and, you know, pretty much ruined my motor and had to rebuild it. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this, or when you're watching this build. And you're probably wondering why I'm going around buying a bunch of parts without showing me doing anything, because I'm going to get all the lift components together and then do it all in one video. And so it'll be more entertaining and it'll make more sense instead of splitting in the videos. We do have some stuff we need to buy yet. I don't know if I have to buy U-bolts or not. I don't know if these are long enough. I do not recommend reusing U-bolts, but if I can, I will, just to be cheap. But I recommend going and buying them. You can get them offline for $40 or at your local parts store for around $20 to $30. Just little things like that will add up. And I have to get center pins, which is $9. This is just to clear up, you know, the build and stuff. The Jeep's already lifted 2.5 inches. It was at 3, it settled, but it's not like it's not lifted. But when you watch the video, it doesn't matter if the Jeep was lifted or not. You can do the same thing with a stock vehicle. So, I don't know. Check out all my social media links in the description below. I'm going to start making videos instead of responding to your comments. So if you guys got questions, if I get enough questions, I will make videos on it, just talking directly to you, because it's a lot easier, especially if you have like an important question about like a lift component or something, instead of me sitting there typing, because I'm a really busy guy. But always remember, I'm Cherokee Ronnie, and stay dirty, my friend.
Leak,
This used to be a nut.
leak, tank, 5-speed, hole, broke, Dodge Ram key.